So just a moment and good. Om. Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvisavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sankaram Sankaracharyam Kesavam Vadarayanam Sutrabhasakrito Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha. Isara Gururatmete Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyaptadehaya Siddhachina Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sasidananda Murtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om. So today, anyway, I am not going to speak in a big loud voice. So Sutta number 13, we are going to study Saivism, philosophy of the Saivism and the Shiva Sutras. And Shiva Sutra, very beginning the Sutra, they call it Chaitanya Atma. Atma is the pure consciousness. Atma is the pure consciousness. And this pure consciousness means absolute consciousness. Through this pure consciousness, absolute consciousness, and one experience the final freedom and liberating the bondage of all karmas. Bondage of all karmas. But we have to understand now a little bit metaphysically how to understand it properly. For example, we carry the body, the mind, and the Atma, the spirit. I give a very simple example. According to advanced science of Atma, or the advanced science of Brahma Vidya, as per the also Saivism. You see, you put some kind of clay pots. You put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put some water into. Pour the water into the clay pot. Sun is there daytime, and you can see the sun every pots, right? You can see sun in every pots. Similarly, the Brahman, the Atman is somewhere, and we are like a pot. We are like a pot, and Atma is within us. Like you see, the Atma like sun with every pot, right? With every clay pots. That's not many pot. I'm speaking about clay pots. So what happened when you break the clay pot? What happening? You break the all clay pots. You don't see anymore the sun there. So clay pot damaged, water finished, clay pot and merged with the clay, the earth. Still I have some pain, but I have to go slow. Today I'll speak less time, not 1 hour, just only one sutra. So when clay pots are disappear, water disappear, and sun no more in the clay pots. Right? Similarly, as we are all are human beings or all beings, living beings, we don't see these things in the like trees, but one can see also. But anyway, I'm speaking living beings, like all kind of animals. Especially we take into as a particular, we take as example of human being. Forget the all animals. Of course, animal also die. There's something there inside. So something left the body. So therefore they call dead. Even the fish, even the chickens, even mosquitoes, the flies, right? So you can see insect like even ants or elephant or pigs. So something there and that essence is left, then everybody declares it dead. Similarly, when the clay pots are disappears, you break the clay pot, what happens? The clay pot disappears. Then you don't see any more the sun. Similarly, what happening? So when you die, then you don't see any more the, for example, our body, we die and putting our body in a cremating place or in the underground, under the earth. So what happened? So we don't see the soul or the Atma. We don't see any more the sun. So everything merged with the earth elements. Everything merged. So similarly, when clay pot you have, that has the importance because you keep the water and you can see the sun, right? When no more clay pot there and there is no water, you don't see the sun. So you don't give value when the clay pot is broken and is merged with the earth. Similarly, when the soul is disappeared from our body and you declare as a death, so our body has no importance. Like a clay pot. Clay pot and your body has no difference. Clay pot merged with earth element and your physical body after death, what happening? For example, somebody cremating you or somebody putting your dead body in the forest, some animal come eat you or some small insect come, they also eat you and find the rest of the parts merge in the earth elements, right? Earth elements. So what happening here to understand it? So far we have body, we have the importance. Like so far the clay pot you have the importance because you can see the sun. The same clay pot in the earth, you don't buy it actually. There is importance when the person making the clay pot, he gives because he need the clay in order to have the pot. So that is the value. But when personally we are the ordinary person, we buy the clay pot, we put the water, see the sun. So for its value when the clay pot is in front of us. But the person who made it is value the clay as well because he make it, reconstruct it. So what I mean, the creator has the value every elements. So creator creating us, like mother, creating us. So what I mean here, so our physical body has the importance and it's very important also. So far you want to see the sun, you want to see your own soul and to experience. And when this body is died and merged in the earth elements, right? So what I mean, Chaitanya Matma, Chaitanya is a pure consciousness. When the pure consciousness out of the body, so our body is declared death, then the body merges into earth elements, right? Earth elements. We must be clear now. Again, I repeat, so far we have clay pot has the importance, right? Because we see the sun. So our main aim is we need to keep this physical body. as good health, good mind, not good mind, healthy mind, right? And you keep the proper prana, good health. Like clay pot, you need to keep it properly, taking care of it, so that you can keep the water. That means prana. So for prana is there, so you can see the sun. So water element represents as a prana, so you can see it. Without prana, so you can't see the sun. So without prana, so without energy, you can't actually experience the Atma, right? The pure consciousness. So therefore called Chaitanyam Atma, the pure consciousness. One only can experience. Like the example, clay pot, you have to have it. It's called ghata, ghadakas. Like you can reflect even sky, from the ghataka. Similarly, this our body is called ghata. Our body is simple as a pot, and prana as a pranic energy, the energy. Without energy, like a water. So water is like a pranic energy. So without water, you can't see the sun. You can't reflect the picture of sun, right? Similarly, so you can experience this Atma within us. But so far you clay pot have it, so far water you have it, so far prana you have, or this body you have, then you can experience the Atma. But sun still there. It's very interesting. Sun still there. But simply when you and leave the physical body, leave the prana, what happening? You can't see anymore the sun. The Atma is still there. Sun still is there. Because of your this body is disappear, you can't see anymore the Atma. But I'm just giving you example of this. But it's not very good example, but it's Vedantic understandings. Then question mark comes. Okay, sun is there. We see the sun in the water. But where the Atma? So Atma is like this, hidden. So we can see in the body. But where Atma goes? Sun is there. We can see the sun still there. But sun we can see inside the pot and outside. But we can see only outside the Brahman if you have fully experienced. So you can see both. Same Atma you can see within yourself. Same Atma you can see also outside of this physical body. But if you have that knowledge, we have knowledge, we have the eyes. When eyes there, you can see the sun. If no eyes, you can't see the sun as well. A blind person can see the sun. Even he cannot see the sun inside the pot as well. Pot is there, right? The prana is there. The blind person, those have no eyes. How can they see? Neither in the pot nor in the sky, the sun, right? So when we have avidya, like a dark person, like a blind person. So far we have a avidya, asmita, raga, dvesa. So far we have avidya, asmita, raga, dvesa, abhinivesa class. So far we have 5 things: avidya, asmita, raga, dvesa, abhinivesa. So far 5 things we have, and then we are like a blind man. We have no eyes. Neither you can see the sun in the sky, right? Nor you can see the sun inside the pot. But maybe a blind man can experience the heat, right? Similarly, so we can have some feelings, but we don't have proper wisdoms. Like this, once we are free from avidya, so you can experience sun is outside the pot and inside the pot. So when avidya is free, right? When you are free from the avidya, so you can see the Atma as pure consciousness within yourself while you live, and even after death. Even after death, also you can see this Atma. So this is called self-realized Atma Gyan. So therefore, and they want to leave this Atma. They left their physical, the yogis, they leave their physical body. So they leave, when they leave the physical body, so they go with Atma because they have Atma is outside. Also they can see. So Atma is within you and Atma is without you. within the body and without the body, like the sun. Sun is there without body, without pots, but still sun we can see in the pot. So this is very interesting examples. Am I clear this now? Do you understand properly?
Yes.
So this is very simple examples, very good examples, and that is Shiva Sutras. So now we shall go to the. That is how I bring some good example according to Vedantic point of view. How Brahman is everywhere, Brahman is also within you, and without you also there is Brahman. That we can see only when we have the Viveka, awakening of the Viveka, when have proper wisdom, when have proper knowledge, not for the blind persons. If have eyes only, can see the sun outside and also inside the pot. Similarly, when I have Viveka, when I awaken the consciousness, you can see the Atma without you, without the pots, and same that Atma can see the within yourself. Then, Sutra number 13. Ichha Sakti Taropa Yacha Ichha Sakti Uttama Kumar. They say Ichha Sakti Om Kumar. That we have in study, but we can again go through this. Kumari. Ichha Sakti means willpower. And what is willpower? Bhairava have the willpower. And who is Uma? The willpower of the Vairava, the willpower of the Shiva. That is the Uma. Shiva. Sya Ma Lakshmi Riva. Ma means Lakshmi and U means the Shiva, splendor of Shiva. Kumari, unwedded Vaidan, virgin. The willpower of the yogi who is in communion with Shiva. So again, here willpower of a yogi. What is that? The willpower is nothing but Parasakti. The willpower of yogi is the Parasakti. And through the Parasakti, through the willpower of the Parasakti, who is the willpower? Is Ichha Sakti, is the willpower of yogi. And who is Ichha Sakti? This is also willpower of the Lord Shiva. And with Kumari, the goddess. Right? So therefore, we have to be very clear that so willpower itself the Parasakti, and it means as a yogi, as a sadhaka, one need to awaken this Parasakti in order to communion, in order to merge, in order to experience the Shiva consciousness, the Bhairav consciousness, the pure consciousness. And naturally, if you experience this pure consciousness, then you experience the Atma. You experience the Atma as a pure consciousness, as a Chaitanya Atma. Am I clear that? So it is very important, being a yogi, need to awakening the willpower, need to awaken the Parasakti within ourselves. That what we have in a study. So aim of the Kundalini Sakti, awakening from Muladhara to Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahat, and so on. Am I clear that? So, you say, Yoginaha Parabhairavatam Samaparnasya Ya Icha Sa Sakti Ruma. Sa Sakti Oma Vairava Parameswari. Parava, you say, Vairava Parameswari. Swatantra Rupa Sacha Kumari. Viswa Sarga Sahara Kridapara Kumar Kridayam Iti Pathat. The interpretation here from a Veda or non-dualism standpoint, it is in accordance with the Shambhopopai. But we must be clear, and already I said before, Shiva and Shakti, there is no separation. It's actually is absolute consciousness. Without Shiva, There is no Parasakti. And without Parasakti, not recognize the Shiva consciousness. So, but Parasakti is nothing but willpower of the Shiva. So therefore, Parasakti itself the Shiva energy or the pure consciousness. The willpower of the yogi who has reached the statue of the highest Bhairava is Uma. It's very interesting. You see, the willpower, Yoginaha para Bhairavatam, the yogi who reached, who experienced the Bhairava conscious is nothing but Uma. Very interesting. Here is very interesting. It does not brings to dualism. It brings non-dualism. Willpower of the yogi who has reached, means who has enlightenment, who has more the statue of the highest Bhairava is Uma. So Bhairava itself the Uma and Uma itself the Bhairava. There is very slokas, nice sloka. Yoginaha para Bhairavatam Samaparnasya ya icha sa sakti rupa. Say Bhairava, what is Bhairava? And it is Uma. So Uma means Parasakti, right? So there is no difference actually. Parasakti itself the Bhairava, and Bhairava itself the Parasakti, right? But we sometimes think two dualism. Shiva and Shakti is separate. Actually, Shiva and Shakti, there are no separations. As per the sutras, 13. The highest Swatantra Shakti, the Bhairava, Vara, Maiswari, Swatantra Rupa. Swatantra Rupa means the pure Shakti. The Swatantra means freedom. Swatantra, Swatantra. So means your own. Tantra means to be free. So the highest Swatantra Shakti of the Lord, and that is Kaluma. So who is completely free? This Shakti is called Kumari, the Virgin, intent on the play of manifesting the universe and withdrawing it within herself. You see, this Shakti is Kumari, intent on the play of manifesting the universe. So who is creating the manifesting? Not the Shiva, but the Shakti is creating the whole universe. But same time, withdrawing it, so withdrawing everything also itself. This interpretation is based on the root Kumara or the Unadi class. Kumara, I think, meaning to play. It's very interesting that. You see, the Shakti is creating everything and at the same time withdrawing everything to merge with Lord Shiva. So here comes, when a creation comes, a dualism and again withdrawing. So it's more to non-dualism. Means to absolute consciousness. So now we have to be clear, what is the Bhairava? So Bhairava is itself the Uma. So Parasakti itself the Uma. When a yogi, a sadhaka, he realizes the Bhairava consciousness, and that is called Uma. So through the awakening of the Parasakti, one experiences the Bhairava consciousness. And Bhairava consciousness is the Uma. So it means, again, so Parasakti itself, the supreme consciousness and supreme energy. So supreme energy transcends into supreme consciousness. Through supreme consciousness, you realize the supreme consciousness. So Bhairava consciousness is itself the supreme consciousness, the consciousness of liberation, Swatantra Shakti, the pure liberations, the pure freedom, and final freedom. So that is the Sutra number 13. The Swatantra Shakti is ever present I consciousness of Shiva, which is absolutely free in knowing and doing everything. So Swatantra Shakti, the Parasakti itself, the pure consciousness of Shiva, and which is absolutely free liberations. So you can see in the aim of Parasakti to reach the final consciousness, the Bhairava consciousness. That what we have been studying also in the Bhairava consciousness, the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. So Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, what we study? how to experience the fire of consciousness, that the final liberations, and that the request, the formal request of suffering. So you can see that Parasakti itself, the pure consciousness, the supreme consciousness or supreme energy. So that supreme energy leads all the way to experience the supreme consciousness. So you can say that the energy translates into consciousness later as a transcendental consciousness. Now, atha chaku vedot thapikam mayabhumim marayati anu vinna prasaram karoti tat chela kumari cha puranu bhava bhogya bhokte katasmena spuranti. Now, Khemaraj interprets the sutra from the Veda point of view. It is in accordance with the Saktupaya or Kumaya or Ku may mean the state of Maya, which brings about the same sort of difference, and Mari may mean one who destroys, one who does not allow the power of Maya to spread. So Kumari is one whose nature is of this sort. Kumari, it Bokri or enjoyer, never a Bhogya, never to enjoy by others. So we go to clear. Finally, a person cannot become the inhaler of the good of desire by himself. It is only by contact with the power residing in the self that he can be like that self. So it is only by contact with the power residing in the self that he can be like that self. So finally, we have to be a little clear. The highest divine Shakti abides in all the goddess, in the different names and forms, remains concealed by the Yogamaya, is a virgin, and fulfills the desire of all people. So again, the highest divine Shakti abides, means residing in all goddess, in the different names and forms. So you can see, we are worship different god and goddess and so on. Even ourselves remains concealed by the Yogamaya, is a virgin. So Parasakti is residing with all beings as a form of a Yogamaya, the fulfill the desire of all people. So you can see, most of the time we see, I fulfill the desires. Actually, not. So Parasakti is fulfill all your desires. When Parasakti don't want to fulfill your desires, and still we leave the body as a prana, the Parasakti, the prana. And again, we have to understand what is the prana, and a part and partially of the Atma, the Bhairav consciousness, the higher consciousness. And that is the fulfill of your all desires, kamana and vasanas, all through our yoga maya. So today, I'm not going to further, you can a little bit of homework to do that. So then, Sutra number 14, Drishyam Sariram. So that we'll study next time, maybe tomorrow. So today, I would like to meditate for 10 minutes. Now, we have 8:35, so let 9:35. So let 10 minutes to meditate based on this. So please close the eyes, sit down comfortably. Still my tongue absolutely pain, so difficult to speak. The other reason I don't speak in hard talks with anyone. I try to more silence. So sit down comfortably. Close your eyes. Like yesterday we did the 1 3s, so you may also do that. You can put the here and go chanting Om, Maladhara Chakra, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahat. This is the backside. Then go to Bindu, then go to Ajna, and close your eyes. And after that, you can breathe in. And while you stop the breath, then you can chant Om for 5 10 10 whatever until you stop the breath. Then after that, relax. So after that, you can keep eyes closed. Bring your whole attention to Ajna Chakra. Once you develop the awareness of the Ajna Chakra, bring your whole attention on your breath. Visualize the whole body and witness of yourself. At first, bring your whole attention to Ajna Chakra. Then observe few moments on your breath and observe the body. Remain silence. All right, now gently bring your attention on your breath. Repeat 3 times Om mantra all together. Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyati Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sankaram Sankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutrabhasa Krito Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha Isaragaratmeti Murti Veda Vibhagini Vyamavadvyatadehaya Siddhachinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Om Sankaram Sankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutrabhasa Krito Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha Isaragaratmeti Murti Veda Vibhagini Vyamavadvyatadehaya Siddhachinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. So please repeat with me. Lokaha samasta sukhina bhavantu. May all beings be happy, be liberated. May establish the truth. May the destroy all evil and the asura energy. Om Lokaha samastaha sukhina bhavantu. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. So may Lord Shiva bless you all, may Parashakti bless you all, and may Gurudev Swami Sivanand and Adi Guru Shankaracharya bless you all. Thank you.